はい、こんにちは。今回も、ディスコエリジウムやっていきましょう。そんで、続きから、木警部補の目が気になるってあれ、メガネを外した素顔の目がっていう意味かな。さて、いろいろ違った。タスクとかがあるんですが、南の方に跳ね橋を渡ったところに来ていて、ちょっと手がかりがわかんないので、この辺を進めてみましょう。中は見えない。お、パンツインターイソラ、こっちだった。インターイソラは両親の王国って何？倫理主義者のパンツ。これといった特徴はない。つまり完璧だ。両親の王国ってあったっけ？今のパンツ、これをこうすると、両親の王国ってなんだ？ここじゃないかな。両親の王国はこっちにあるのかな、ひょっとして。わからない。とりあえずいいでしょう。あ、なんだ。
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
俺は標準的なものや平均的なものが好きなんだ。思考もこのズボンもなかったことにする。好きなんだ。
I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this. That's for sure.
倫理機関に突き出される心配もない。倫理機関って前なんか出てましたね。
You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense. This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
平凡すぎてダメなのかな。
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
そりゃあんたの間違いだ。俺は本物の過激派だ。ミスター合理的ことこの俺が書いたんだ。誰かがここいらの分別を保ってやらないといけないからな。それって政治的な問題についてはどれにも当てはまらないって俺がいつも答えてるからか。わかんない。どう答えたらどうなるのか。
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience.
キングダム・オブ・コンシャスネスって言った？良心の王国？そもそも良心の王国ってのはどこにある？
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
どうやってその状況を作るんだ？
Incrementally.
徐々にだ。
Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed.
またスピードの話してる。ああ、そっかそっか。徐々にだ、ゆっくりだって少しずつだって言ったから、スピード出していこうぜって言ったんですね。
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
だが、今間違っているものはどうするんだ？分かった。でも、良心の王国って具体的にどういうことな？今間違っているものはどうする？
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future.
自身の今の要求を未来の要求よりも優先する権利を持っているとは限らない。ちょっと待って、何言ってるか分かんないな。お前が今に生きているからといって自身の今の要求を未来の要求よりも優先する権利をなるほどね。はいはい。
You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working.
なるほどね。だから自分は今を生きているからといってで、今すぐにその良心の王国を見られないからといってそれが今良心に基づいて何かを行動しない理由にはならない。子供でも孫の代でも叶わないかもしれないけれども良心に基づいて行動すればいつかいい未来が来るんじゃないかっていうようなことですかね。
What sang-froid? What benevolence? What a fucking joke.
What the fucking joke って。待て、その良心の王国ってのは実際に何かをすることなのか、それともただ現状を維持するだけのこと？
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
お前は現状維持が混沌や流血よりマシだと思うか？現状維持が混沌や流血よりマシだ。これは難しいですよね。僕はあまりそうは思わないですね。
Then you've never lived through real chaos.
ではお前は本物の混沌を知らずに生きてきたのだ。
Sometimes, in the face of great disaster, defending the status quo is progress.
なるほどね。本当に、惨状に直面している時には現状を維持することもまた進歩なんだと。なるほど。難しいな。分かった。でも良心の王国って具体的にはどういうことなんだ？
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe.
これは自分の頭の中で考えてるから、説明できないってことですね。はい。分かってないと。
Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national.
両親の王国は脱資本主義的で脱国家的。これね、全く関係ないことですが、個人的には僕の心情というか信じるものに、非常に近いですね。脱資本主義的で脱国家的。
It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
ポストセクシュアルはちょっとよくわかんないですけどね。僕は普通、性的には普通じゃないかと思いますが。わかんない。ひょっとしたら車が好きかもしれないし、ロボットに愛されたいと本当は思っているだけで気づいていないかもしれない。本当は真に心からコンピューターと合一したいと思っているかもしれない。わからないですね。クラッシュっていうね、ポール・バーホーベンの映画を見たらいいですね。素晴らしいじゃないか。ボンボヤージュ。すぐにでもそこへ向かおう。思考を受け入れる。これじゃあ新しいあれが始まるのかな？
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
ああ、そうだったの。じゃあ行こう。そのうちな。
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
よし、思考を手に入れたぞ。両親の王国。これ内面化したいところですが、まだスキルが足りないんですね。心痛は強烈だが民主主義は控えめだ。お前は徐々に気候の変化に気づき始める。雪が降るとやつれた額にひりつく。これ内面化できた時に読むはずだから今読まなくてもいいかな。レベルが上がったらですかね。さてこのパンツ履いてないとダメなのかな。これなんだ。あ、運動能力向上のやつ。ここはベンチに座るのか。
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the
あ、これ
murder.
前見たも
Let's
ん
go.
な。
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
違うベンチでこれ触ったかな。先になんかこっちの方を触っとこうかな。ここで喋ってる人がいるけど。17。これはひょっとして道具。これ持ってたら開くのかな。開いた。マグネシウムゲット。オッケー。じゃあちょっとずつ人を話していきましょう。ちょっとバールは持ってない方がいいかな。
Hey, tequila!
なんだってイディオット・ドゥームズ・スパイラルだってしかも挨拶がヨーテキーラリクラ過去 TM ブランドかな。 ピルスナーを置き握手しようと手を差し出す。
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
現実状況での調子はどうだ？
So what's happening?
で、どうしたんだ？テキーラだって？
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the high concept reality based adventures proceeding?
どうだ？ハイコンセプトで現実を舞台にした冒険の進み具合は、なんだ、このゲームのことを言ってるのか。
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
ミスターサンセット。その件に関しては後ほど。何なんだ？
I like this guy.
来た。
You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
よくはない。俺は50歳の負け犬だ。現実？猛烈に俺を悲しませてる。わからない。みんなが俺を警官と呼ぶのに慣れてきたところだ。俺は現実を征服するために現実に再入場したんだ。俺の意志に従わせるために。俺が法だ。わからない。みんなが俺を警官と呼ぶのに慣れてきたところだ。
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
俺がかつて本当にやり手だ。
テレペさん来た来た。
来た来た。ネクタイ。俺はこいつが気に入った。お前もそうだろう。こいつはお前を本当の名で呼ぶことで敬意を表してる。俺がかつて本当にやり手だったって知ってたかい？やり手って何のことだ？
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
何の話をしてる？
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately.
バディバディ。
You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
あんたたちはこんなところで何してるんだ？
We are saving the world.
We are saving the world. 困ったな。
Please don't go. Don't go.
困ったぞこの人。アビゲイルに電話するな。何なんだ？アビゲイルに電話するなっていう名前の人だな。
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now it's a pirate's life for me.
パイレーツライフをしてるんだ。テキーラサンセットって何なんだ？
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
It's you. いいですね。You are Tequila Sunset. いいなこのセリフ。あんたがテキーラサンセットだろう？言われてみたいな。なんでそうなんだ？
We've met before. Don't you remember?
覚えてない。ああ、一緒に飲んだのかな？
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
どうやってテキーラサンセットと呼ばれるようになったのか知りたいか？知りたい。
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
どういうわけかテキーラって名前は不吉な予感がする。やめておいた方がいい気がする。いや、こう。よし、聞こう。
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by tequila sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
The man, myth. 神話の男だよって言ってますね。俺たち金曜日に会ったの？
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk.
あ、なるほど。これ飲みと飲みをかけてるんですね。金曜日あんたは事件を解決するために来た。早起きの鳥が虫を捕まえることを狙ってな。虫ってのは飲みのことだ。なぜなら俺の知る限りあんたがしたのは飲みと泥棒することだけだったからな。
Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Does that sound like something you'd do? Yeah, probably.
また酔っ払ってやらかしてたんだ。
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
それから何があったんだ？
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
わかるよ。
Oh, yes, you do, Baratushka!
来た。
The only thing better than that is pushing the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go!
なんなんだ。ネクタイにキスしてアクセルペダルをベタ踏みすることぐらいだ。
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
はあ、あ、事故を見たんだな。
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
当然だ。この物語の列車から今すぐにでも降りたい。当然だ。
Anyway, there was a brief silence, a gasp of silence, if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed.
テレペさんまた来たか。
また来た。ネクタイはこの人気に入ってますからね。イディオット・ドゥームズ・スパイラル。イディオットだから愚かな終焉の渦みたいなことですよね、きっと。これは多分意図的に翻訳してないんだと思いますけどね。バンドみたいな名前ですね。イディオット・ドゥームズ・スパイラル。
Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
アル中の行動速度を甘く見るなよ。
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. The time hath come!
マジでそんなこと言ってたの俺。The time has come! すげえな。酔っ払って車で事故って海に飛び込んで助けられたと思ったら The time has come って言ってた。最高だな。
So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things.
あ、かっこいい。テキーラサンセットの時は来たれり、すべてのものの終わりなりだとさ。何も言わないでおく。俺の言ったことはすべて真実だ。テキーラサンセットはそびえ立つ現実の影を突き破るだろう。いいですね。これを言ってみようか。
Yeah, looms. Why not? Then you jammed the pedal and plowed right off the jetty and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster.
Like kind of sea monster.
When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
自分で言ったのか。それじゃあテキーラサンセットのはサンセットってのは何かの事件のことなのか、それとも名前か。テキーラサンセットだって、めちゃくちゃいいじゃないか。そいつは俺の名前じゃない。テキーラサンセットだって、めちゃくちゃいいじゃないか。これ乗っていきましょ
う。Yeah, I agree.
そのパーティーは何時間くらいやってたんだ？
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
レバショールにの女。レバショーリアンウィメンって言ってましたね。
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
これ、海外で、アメリカの YouTube とか Twitch とかで大丈夫なのかな？明らかにホールって聞こえたんですよね。彼女たちがどれほど美しく不死だらかと、この不死だらの部分をホールって言ってたんですよね。詳しくは説明しませんが。まあファックも言うしね。大丈夫なんだろうかね、これね。ファックとかシットとかピーとか入んないのか。
Wow, that's quite a story.
ちょっと呆れてんだろ
う。Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
あんたはこの人と働けることを誇りに思うべきだ。
If you only knew.
If you only knew. 特定の誰かにやられたとか何か言ってなかった？
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
その扉を開けないでください。なんかあったんだな。これはなんかの確信に触れることなんじゃないのかな。
No one's fucked me.
ローズマリーさん。
I do the fucking around here.
アビゲイルに電話するな。
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
他に何かなくしたと 口にしてなかったか？
Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too. That's a big one.
俺は同僚のことを何も言ってなかったか？
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
邪魔をしてたのはお前の方だと思うがな。教官が心の中で言ってる。
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
事件について何か口にしていなかったか？
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
よ捨ててかに同情してる。俺たちは話をしたのか？その政治的な話とか。
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
俺がどんなタイプの警官だったか読み取れたか？
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you.
やっぱり申し訳ないデカだったんだ。面目ないデカ。あんたはずっとこんな悪い警官で申し訳ないとか、周りの人に与えた損害について謝ってた。面目ないデカだった。
You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
最悪だな。これ以上聞きたくない。
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
だから俺は全力でそれを避けてる。それはどうかと思うけどな。あんたは話が上手なタイプの人間のようだな。そのうちまた別の物語も聞かせてくれるか。
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
ビーチバームっつったな。そういうんだ。イディオット・ドゥーム・スパイラルになったいきさつを教えてくれないか。
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
Help me out って言われる。
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar.
酒が欲しいんだな、つまり。
I don't want it, man. I need it. Can't tell stories without it. Dry stories are boring, you see? So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
持ってんのかな？甘いコモドールレッドを持ってきた。これ大丈夫かな？あまりまあでも欲しいって言うんだから開けるか。
Classy.
クラッシー。しゃれてる。
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail!
誰なんだアビゲイルって。
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff.
High concept stuff.
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
何人くらい働かせてたんだ？
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
ジョギングは役に立ったのか？
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world.
Conquer the world. 世界すら征服できるような気分になった。
But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
何があったの？
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
ポケットの中で鍵がジャラジャラと音を立てると頭がすっきりしないだろう？
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan.
何かの例え話じゃなくて実際にっていう意味か。ジョギングするときにね、なんかイヤホンのコードとか邪魔だったりしますよね。Bluetooth イヤホンになって非常に快適だと思います。
I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
どれぐらいびしょ濡れになったの？
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
小バカにするような。
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
マジか。
I wish I were tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
そんで
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
王冠のかぶった頭じゃさぞ重かったことだろうな。
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
これは、実際に起きたことじゃないですよね。だから鍵をなくしたから入れなくなったっていうんじゃなくて、家も失って仕事も失ったっていうことを言ってんじゃないのかな。
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
いくつかの出来事を抜かしてる気がする。
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail for 2 days.
そんなことになるのか。まあ可能性としてはなくはないか。
I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
俺だってほとんどホームレスだが、そんなに悪くないみたいだぞ。
The hobo lifestyle definitely has some perks. Not having to pay rent, first and foremost. Not being responsible for 20 other people is nice too. But that charm wears off pretty quickly. Before you know it, you're wearing a shit-stained tracksuit and spending your days picking tear.
なんであんたは物をなくしてばかりなんだ。
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
あんたのエージェンチはなんて名前だったんだ？
My agency, man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting.
なんかこのゲームのことを言ってんじゃないの？
I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
油絵とおっぱいの組み合わせで広告を作るのはあとなんかじゃなくて皮肉なマスカキだ。そりゃ随分とハイコンセプトだな。意味は全くわからないが。ハイとロー、コモディティ化の文化か。そりゃ最高じゃないか。一応最高だって言っとくか。
I know! It was fucking awesome! Too bad I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away.
そのジャージはなんだ？
What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on, feel that primo material.
You really shouldn't touch it.
いやー、触んない方がいいぜって言ってるけど、触ってみる。
pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
ベタベタなんじゃないのか。
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it.
手さばきが高かったらいけるのか。
And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them any time.
この酔っ払い2人のことを教えてくれないか。
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call Abigail.
何なんだ。アビゲイルって誰なんだ。
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
なくしたジャケットはどんなだった？
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less.
かゆみはずっとマシになった。
Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
あんたは警察官に自分が盗んでなくしたジャケットを見つけてほしいって頼むのか？
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
わかった。引き受けよう。どこでなくしたんだ？
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
絞りきれてないじゃないか。
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. I'm all ears, Tequila.
あんたの名前の他にも物語はあるか？
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
酒を持ってきたらお話聞かせてくれるんだ。
Then I can't keep on telling the stories.
じゃあまたな。
You too, Tequila Sunset.
テキーラサンセットって呼ばれてんな。ちょっと精神気力回復しておいて、じゃあこの子供は話できるかな。
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old.
5歳。
The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
君たちそっくりだな。
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
そう言っただろう？
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
あんたはどうなんだ？子供おもてなし大臣か。ここは素直に認めておこう。
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
あんたらのママはどこだ？
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
じゃあな。これは聞いたことありますよね。ララララララララララララ。
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
近寄る。
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
彼が言ったことは俺たちは警官だってことだ。トラブルを起こすんじゃなくてトラブルに対処するんだよ。
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
この人も見たのかな。ちょっと待ってくださいね。はい、戻ってきました。 その強調ってのはどんなものなんだ？
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
ブラックハウンド。いいですね。
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
さすがでございます。自分のかかとを舐める黒い犬。俺は以前にここに来たことがあるのか？
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
RCM が来た。喧嘩をしてそのうちの一人が相手を殺しちまったのさ。この部屋に立てこもって。
He was boarding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet. 俺こそがその協調だ。その通り。
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid.
なぜだ？
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
この辺に誰か来たらどこに泊まる？
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
いくらだ？
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
俺にタダでくれるってのか？
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
RCM としてはタダで宿を提供してもらっていいのかいいものかわからないな。
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
なぜ誰もその部屋を使ってないんだ？
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
俺があの部屋をもらっていいんだな。
Aye. The room is pretty bare
Aye.
bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
あのプロレタリアートたちとも連絡を取れるし助かる。これこそ本物のレバショールのおもてなし精神。あのガルテはきっとハーフのキプとかなんかなんだろう。これはきっと無一文から大金持ちになったっていう俺の伝説の電気の最初の章になるな。
surely not the first one. So are you interested or not?
乗った。これそしたらあの宿に戻らなくてよくなるのか。
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
本当にただなんだろうか。
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing and one thing only. Drinking.
ああ、そうですね。お金がかからないことでいいことばかりではないかもしれませんね。
Finally, you have those lamos of matinees off your back, Bratan. This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
この漁村には何があるんだ？
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
何かはあるはずだろう。
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
野生の木が自生している。
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
フォックス。
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see.
その病院はどうなったんだ？
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
他に誰が住んでるんだ？
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they're away right now.
リリー・エンヌ。
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
酔っ払いにはあった。
I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are.
Relax, you're not a new face. She doesn't mean you. You're an outsider and a cop, remember?
この辺でちょっとばかり小銭を稼げる方法はないか？
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
海岸をずっと下ると何があるんだ？
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the Dolorian Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
人類のドロレス教会。なぜ見捨てられたんだ？
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
喋らせ続ける。なんだかあんたが何かを省いてる気がするんだ。
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. Huh. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night.
爆音？
And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
なんだろうな。
Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the case. A Rusalka or a half-demonic Apsara singing.
海岸を下ったら他に何があるんだ？
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
他に何か特筆すべきことは？
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
?古い魚市場が遊歩道の上にある。閉まってるかね。こんなところに魚市場が、こんなところにある魚市場に誰が来るんだ？
No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
あんたのことを教えてくれ。何者なんだ？
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie.
サディになった。
Now it's your turn, Mr.
テキーラサンセットと呼んでくれ。どうだろうな。これでなんかが下がるってことはあるんだろう。ハリー・デュボアだ。
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
She's got a couple of ranks herself. Honored chief and so on.
ああ。 あんたのサインをもらうように頼まれたんだ。これどう反応するかな。素直にこれをやっていいものかどうか。
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
イブラートはこの村の一部を青年センターにしようとしている。青少年センターか。
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. Have you asked Lillian about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's on board.
リリエンヌね。どこに行けば彼女に会える？
She's right over there. The dark-haired woman, leaning over the railing.
ああ、もう一人いたな。
Yes, you do that. Can't let fat Mr. Clare down now, can you?
亡くなったジャケットについて何か知らないかな。
What do you want with a lost jacket?
That's an excellent question.
俺が知り、あんたが見つけるんだ。なくしたものを見つけ出すのは名誉なことなんだ。自分のためじゃないんだ。俺は哲学的な旅の途中でね、誰かのためにそれを取りに行くところだ。ウインクしても見えるかどうかわからんから。俺が知り、あんたが見つけるんだ。
You're trying to wink at me, aren't you? I can't see. Or did you forget that part?
でも分かってんじゃん。
Are you getting a reward for it at least?
いや、
What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge? Do you not have anything better to do?
これお金払ったらもらえるのかな。いや、見つかるのか
In
な。
fact, he does.
実を言えばあるんですけどね。時計を見る。
None of my business, either way. How you spend your hours is up to you. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of attracting lost and broken things.
じゃあな。
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
タオーラ。何の時だ？
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
オーラ。なんだそれ。
Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osidien. Echondes Fronisin.
なんだ、何言ってんだ。全くわかんないぞ。カウントダウンはいつ始まった？
Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
狂気の世紀末のせいか。俺がずっと言ってたやつか。
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
世界は時期終わると本気で思ってる。思考を受け入れる。一応受け入れてみるか。 この会話は多分取れるよ。
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
少し怖くなってきた。
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos.
パレンドロポス。なんだかわからん。
Perhaps, just a thought.
ただの思い
This
つ
has
きだ。
something to do with the hangover.
俺は世界はじき終わると本気で思っている。
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
なんなんだろう。あ、目視録でか。来た。いいな。目視録でか。ホテルの一室で目覚めたお前は世の終わりについてわめき散らし始めた。なんだろうな。この2つ早くアンロックしたいけど、レベルアップするポイントがないんだもんな。次のそのレベルアップまであと、この100に行けばスキルポイント1つ入るのか。ここの部屋を使っていいってことになった。
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
あ、部屋に入ったら一
The
日終
key
わっちゃうのか。
turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
どうなんだろう。見るだけ見たいけどな。外で待ってるよって言ったから、眠らなければ大丈夫じゃないの。これはなんだ。お？ジャケット手に入れたぞ。論理プラス1。これはなくしてたジャケット、あれじゃないのか。さっきまでどれ着てたんだっけ。これか。視覚計算入るけどな。今論理は上げといていいかも。
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
これはホテルの鏡と同じやつかな。
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
おー、ひげを剃るのは正解か？
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
手と目の強調。手と目の強調、これ上げるには多分、手と目の強調ってこれだよな。 運動機能を上げないと上がんないよ。多分今ダメだと思う。そうではどうにもならないですね、きっとね。なんか上がるアイテム、運動能力、これ上げたらいいかもしんないけど、気力は下がっちゃうからな。やめておくか。いや、どう
On
だ
the
ろう。
table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
失敗したら怪我しちゃうのかな。あ、
Your hand
気力
trembles
が
as
減
you
った。
scratch your cheek. Oh no, that's not how a grown man shaves. Stop, for crying out loud. You're gonna cut your own throat.
これは危険な気がするけど。
Your hand refuses to move another millimeter. A small trickle of blood runs down your cheek.
ダメだったな。ちょっとこれは回復しとこう。これ
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
新たな目白だ。宿賃がかからない。それだけで十分だ。住んだっていいくらいだ。新しい我が家といったところか。元の家はどこへ行った？
Westward, across the canal, towers the whirling in rags. Door number 1 on the second floor is locked. Behind it lies a trashed room. 1 floor below, behind a counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant. Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Look under the floorboards. ここからは行けなさそうだな。床下？外から行くのかな。そういうことではないのかな。お、なんだこれ。ブーツだ。ブランコネグロの携帯ブーツ。これ平成プラス、最角マイナス1、近く せっかくかっこいいブーツだったけどな。このボートは触ったような気がする。よし、じゃあこの人喋ってみるか。
Hi, officer.
網漁師。鞘に収めた剣が腰にぶら下がっている。
Anything I can help you with?
時と場合による。ここは一体どこなんだ？
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
エレセーブル。判読不能。なぜなんだ？
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
君の名前は？
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
いい剣だな。
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
脅しとして使うだけ。立派だ。
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
なぜ脅迫戦術が必要なんだ？
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
そんなに役に立つならなんでもっと多くの女性が武装しないんだ？
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that.
これはなかなかうまいこと言われましたね。してないだなんてどうして思うの？この世のほとんどの人たちは恐れを抱いていて、疲れていて、それにバカすぎるってことね。だから気づいてないだけ。
That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder.
見よ。自分の霊の表情を指す。俺はちゃんとした男だ。俺が会ってきた人のほとんどは恐れを抱いていた。真実だ。
Aye. No one wants to talk about how frightened they are. But only frightened people are really dangerous. And plenty of them are dangerous.
恐れしか抱いていない人たち。だから危険な人たちはたくさんいる。
She's not afraid, however. Does that make her not dangerous?
その剣を貸してくれないか。
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave.
早く墓に入りたいのかしら。 それで男たちはどこにいるんだ？
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
お？
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
で、その夫はどこにいるんだ？
Gone.
去っただって？弱虫め。消えたのか？行方不明事件のようだ。
It absolutely does not. We are not going to
違
look
う
for
よっ
him.
て言われた。
No, no. There's nothing to find. He's dead.
ああ、そうな
Lost to the
のか。
waves.
こりゃすっかり勘違いしまして、失礼しました。そうだったのか。
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really liked those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy. 死など何でもない。俺は死にクソをくれてやる。なんでそんなことやんの？悲しみには時間が一番の薬だよな。
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
何なんだこのネクタイ。人を探してるんだ。サインを頼まれた。極めて難しい。別の酔っ払いとデートするべきだな。暗示6必要。キムがついているのはなんだか。これは字がちょっとかぶさっちゃって見えてないです。いい場所をまだ知らない。デートに誘うようなこともできんのか。人を探しているんだ。知ってたら助けてくれないか。
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
行方不明の道動物学者を探してるんだ。
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
見つけるのが難しい生き物を探している人たち。
Aha! Like snowmen.
スノーマン？
Two odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture.
他人ないの。その二人はどこに行った？
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
それだけだ。
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
サインをもらうように頼まれたんだけど、これはなんかあんま印象が良くない気がしますけどね。
Are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the union building?
青少年センターにするつもりらしいよ。
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that. That Everard and the union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess union members have children too.
ちょっとまだサインさせない方がいいかもしんないよな。ちょっと状況を見てからにしましょう。
Aye, if you say so. Probably better that way. I mean, who likes construction noise?
イディオット・ドゥーム・スパイラルがジャケットを探してる。
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else and now his jacket too. It's a good thing too that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core.
俺はただ見知らぬ困ってる人を助けようとしてるだけなの。
How sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business. If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
仕事は何をしてるんだ？
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
スキフにタールを塗った。なんかあれかな、船かな。他には
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic insular Indian cuisine.
それで暮らしていけるのか。
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
面白そうだな。何を見つけたんだ？
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
その人間の死体については詳しいことを聞かすか。地雷だって。
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
そんなに流れてくるんだ。
Yeah, maybe stay clear of the things reminding her of the
so-
floater she used to be married to. Just saying.
亡くなった旦那さんを連想させちゃうんですね。あれはあんたのスキフか。
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
とりあえず今はこれぐらいかな。じゃあまたな。これではないんだ。いろいろあるんですね、この先ね。これがそのボートなのかな。 中に入ったな。ん？絵はがき。この絵はがきはなんか何なんだろうな。
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right?
それなら調べる必要がある。おい、キム、俺たちは今どこにいる？
In someone's abandoned shack. On the coast. In Martinez. In Ravachol.
あの赤い椅子は何だ？
Nothing. It's just a piece of furniture.
Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no?
なんかあるのか。お、蝶ネクタイが出てきた。演劇を上げられるんですね。蝶ネクタイしちゃうと、この趣味の悪いネクタイの話が聞けなくなっちゃうのかな。それは残念だわ。まあ、蝶ネクタイは蝶ネクタイのなんか口調があるのかもしれないけど、どっち行ったらいいかな。まずはなんだっけ、学者の人を探した方がいいと思うけど、ここ入れんのかな。お？剥製がある。手に入れちゃったよ。襟巻きライチョウの剥製。誰なんだ？
Hello, mister.
ちっちゃなリリー。
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
君はリリ君はリリエンヌの娘か？
Yes, I am. Little Lily. Do you know my mom?
ああ、さっきあったんだ。
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
絶対怒ったりしない。そうか。表にいる双子はあんたの兄弟か？
Yes. They don't want to play with me.
あら、
They're older and play outside.
そうなんだ。
They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
そっくりだ。俺もそう言ったんだ。
They look identical.
これは何なんだ？
It's a grouse.
You might might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
ああ、ガルテにあげればいいのかな。何に使うんだ？
I don't know.
もらっていいか？
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
お、これであげられるぞ。あれ？内面化。あ、経験値が足りないのか。あ、ここでこれをアンロックしないと内面化でき、あ、そうだよな。もう埋まってんだから。なんかどれかを忘れた方がいいんじゃなかったっけ？これ論理、意志力は上がるけど論理が下がるんだよな。どれだったっけ？共感。共感マイナス1はいらないよな。あ、スーパースターが論理マイナス1なんだっけ。うわー、どれもいいところがあるし悪いところもあるんだよな。これは忘れちゃっていいと思うんだよな。で、もう一つ忘れたいな。スキルポイントないもんな。じゃあ両親の王国を内面化してみよう。で、もうレベルアップはないのかな。よしと。君が持っているおもちゃは、君が持っているのはなんだ？
It's Lammy. He's my friend.
ランビー。
Sort of. Like.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
ああ、そうなのか。まあよろしくな、ランビー。
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
さよなら。
Bye!
いい子だな。ああ、マグネシウムでちょっと回復しといた方がいいな。さて、この子たちは。
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
リリエンヌの双子だな。
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
それはもう言っただろう。
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they're laughing. An interesting reason, somehow tied to the case.
何を笑ってるんだ？
The boy stops laughing and looks at his toes. Oh, okay. So now he's shy. Now he's not talking. Just wobbling around like he's afraid of something.
ちっちゃなリリーは君たちの妹か？
Yes.
ん？
Yes.
それだけか。
It doesn't look like he knows what that means.
じゃあな。 重油。20にはなったけどな。止まる必要があるのかな。クイックトラベルはアンロックされた。地図がないんだよな。RCM って書いてるから、なんか無線で連絡した。でも連絡したって地図はくれないよね。あれ、ここは触れないな。よーし。本屋さんで地図を買った方がいいかも。
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Mata kakete miru ka.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Pierre. そうだ、ピエールだ。
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
それはかわいそうに。
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
なんか適当に電話をしてるんだな。なんかある。ちょっとやっぱりあれマップ地図今までやってきたところで地図は本屋さんにあったあれしかないから、あれ買ってみるか。いくらぐらいだったっけな。こっちじゃないか。 これは亡霊。音楽コレクション。オープンリールか。インタラクト
There's
して
no
どうす
way
る
to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal reel at hand.
テープのプレイヤーってどっかにあったっけ？部屋にあるか。
But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad.
おっと。ホテルの部屋に。
A pawn shop would have a tape player.
ああ、質屋にテーププレイヤー。ああ、なんか高いやつじゃなかったっけ。
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. Yet someone used to live here, laugh here. Thought it was a good idea to build a swing, even.
ここで何があったんだろうな。
In this yard? Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
ブロック・オブ・スキュールとは何だ？
A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way.
この海岸は、じゃあ海岸はこの辺り、海岸のこの辺りはブロック・オブスキュールに該当するのか。
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
それでも古い曲をこうして置いていってくれた。
Yes, and you picked it up as part of the jam rock shuffle.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
略奪とか言うなよ。ここ質屋か？先にじゃあ質屋に行って、これが何だったっけ？
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
12ね。この質屋さんに入った時のなんかおーって音がツインピークスで不穏な時に流れる音に非常に似てるんですよね。どっかこの奥に地図があるよ。
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
地図を買いに来た。
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
地図を見る。
This large map displays archipelagos. You see Ozon, Laurentide. In the northeast, a dust mite radiating outwards from you. The Suzerain River. The ocean breaks apart into connections to other worlds. You have little idea what perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and...
I'm sorry, officer. The map, they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
これで来たー。やっとだ、これか。早いうちに買っとくべきでしたね。教会。こういう風に眠っている高温労働者っていたっけ？鏡ね。ジョイスと話してこの現実について勉強するっていうのもあったよ。団結心もはや伝説。白明薄明かりを上げないといけない。視覚計算はちょっと上げられるけど、でも足りなかったんだっけな。クラシエ。ネットの海外の記事見ると、そのクラシエが、ツインピークスのリターンズの、ダイアンに似てるっていう風にも言ってましたけど、まあまあ似てるかもしれないですけどね。境遇的にはでも別にダイアンはね、もうちょっと違う人だったんで、まあ見た目とか喋り方はね、もっとダイアンは汚いんですよね。地図が貼られた掲示板。手さばき。習字学ね。なんだ記録簿って何だったっけな。バーベル。裏庭の壁は概念化。缶抜きのかかったドア。メジャーヘッドを殴るんだったっけ？貨物コンテナの扉。よーし。これ、ひょっとして、どっかこの辺に、ファストトラベルが可能になったって言ってるけど、どうやってファストトラベルをするのかはよくわからない。まあいいや。ここまで来たから、本屋でできることは、いや、ここの謎を解きたいんですけどね、まだかな。ちょっとわかんないですよね。 えとあいつに剥製を渡してみましょう。
Can I help you?
「新しい鳥を持ってきた。
What is this thing?
ちょっと小さいけど壁に飾ったらいいんじゃないかと思って。
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
よーしと。とりあえず、これはいいと。で、どうしようかな。とりあえず宿代、今日の分はいらないとして、ラジカセ買ってみましょうかね。
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
とりあえずこれでいいか。で、ちょっと出てみましょうかね。装備すればいいって書いてあったかな。
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across, finally coming to a halt on the...
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Then
the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Sessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad.
Mega sad. こ これはひょっとして音楽オンにしてないから聞こえないのかな。ひょっとしたらここで音楽が鳴ってるのかもしれないですね。
Within seconds, you know, this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune.
あ
A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
カラオケで歌えるだろうか。歌えそうな気がする。
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way. Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand.
なるほどね。
The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
何も言わずに。よしと。はい。では今回はここまでにしておきましょうかね。ラジカセ持ってるよ。はい。まあまあちょっと進みましたけど、まだそうですね。旦那さんもまだ探してないし、見つけてないし、手がかりもないし、まだ結構いけるところがありそうですね。はい。では、今回はここまでにしておきます。ご視聴いただきましてありがとうございました。それではまた。